Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Quad V, live from Beijing for MSI's Beat It 2010. We are actually not quite ready yet because no one's moving on the server. So I guess we're having some team talks and some huddles and some man-loving upstairs, as we have work still to be done. Irakanji, your thoughts on map 1?
Really well played by fnatic. Obviously got a little bit to start there, but came back, finished strong. They're actually going to be starting on the T side of this map, so they may have to have a little bit more of the same, because it is very possible they could get down big here early. This is a very CT-sided map, obviously, but we'll just have to see how it goes. I would expect probably a score line, something along the lines of maybe 16-9 fnatic. Could be a bit closer, seeing as they'll be starting on the tougher side. It's kind of tough to tell until we see how these pistol rounds go. Got another 3A, but not quite alive.
We're going to have another 3 restarts just to make sure. Now, it's an interesting setup here. You know, this is a map where that knife round is so crucial.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be starting off on the T. But at the same time, if you have a good T half, then you really don't have too much pressure on you coming into that CT side. So it can work in your favor, almost. Kind of like baseball. You want to be the home team. You want to bat last. So in a sense, you bat last if you start on T side. Assuming you don't get down too big, it can kind of be nice when you come into that second half feeling like you're kind of playing the easy mode.
I did not know that about baseball, that you wanted to bat last.
Yes, you do. The home team bats last.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because if the home team don't bat last, everyone's already left by the time they get so bored?
Well,
I wouldn't answer.
Well, what I was trying to think is, while you asked that, I was trying to think in PKs in football, since that is all that you apparently live for and follow in your life. Is it that you
I live and follow you, sir. Around the world, I've been casting your sorry ass.
Yes, well, you in the millions, I would say. But do you want to take the first PK to put the pressure on them, or do you want to be able to always feel like you can save yourself with the second PK, the last PK in the session?
I think that really depends on what kind of guy you are.
I disagree. I think that is known as...
Do you want to get drunk and then urinate over your team's luggage? Well, that's what happened to this man.
The things I tell him in confidence, folks.
Confidence? There was no contract signed.
Oh, well. A mistaken verbal agreement, I would say.
Actually, your teammate came on, sat down, and said it. Pretty much unprompted. When the moment you left the room. There's video evidence.
The French are just impossible.
That's what happened to them in Complexity, ladies and gentlemen. The truth, the lies, the sex, the drugs will be revealed all on Quad V tomorrow. Irakanji has promised us an no-holes-barred interview. We're live here, though, for Lions versus fnatic, which may be what you actually tuned in for, rather than kind of Warzone 101.
Let's see what we have here from fnatic. Kind of a slow strat. Gonna hold, see if there's any crazy pushes from Lions. Looks like both teams kind of waiting back, feeling each other out, seeing what's up. Although the bomb is moving first into the Ivy here on the hands of Patrick Forrest. Lindbergh, last name. Finally got that. Came to me.
There we go. First frag comes in from Nico, and DSN will level things back up as Crystal goes down. Now quickly to the bomb goes Forrest, and it will be Nico to get himself a second frag, but he's been down by DSN. And now we'll see what the 3 men coming from the back can do to save that bomb. One frag comes in from DSN. Can he get another one? But there's darting around like a dancer. Bomb defused, insta-defused there, and the Lions pick up round 1. And, well, what do you make of that?
I think maybe fnatic was trying to do some sort of interfake there, but Karn got picked off so quickly that the round kind of went downhill pretty quickly for him. Nice try on the recovery. Good bomb plant, so not too bad the money situation. I would expect probably a full save this round and a buy to follow in the third.
Well, in through the white hallways go fnatic.
I would say this is easily the map that is the worst to try to eco on. It's virtually impossible to get the bomb down, and it's quite a headache running into the nades and the cold spray.
I would second that.
Although fnatic may prove me wrong.
They make a relatively clean entry into that inner site, but once they're in, they then get slaughtered. Get Right does get one frag back up for them, but that'll be the only resistance. And it'll be 2-0 in favor of the Lions. What did fnatic do? Skip right past them somehow. Oh, you're using the mouse at the same time as I am.
Trying to cover for you there. Yeah, we do have a buy round, some good spawns for fnatic. Potentially a rusher.
Now, what's your target going into this map? How many rounds do you think you can take on T we've got a game on?
I would say 4 to 5 is what you need, and then 6 to 7 is what you want. Anything above that is just icing on the cake, so to speak.
And is that realistic that you're going to get 6 to 7? It's rare that you see T's pick up that.
Well, I think the average is more along the lines of 4 to 5, which is kind of where you want to be. But 6 to 7 is tough, especially if you don't win the first pistol round.
Forest and DSN have got themselves some frags, and we look like we may be finding one of those 4 or 5s. Nico, though, starts the recovery with the frag onto Forest. Doesn't work for him, and going into the Z hallways is Get Right, smelling Swedish blood. And, is not able to get it onto Crystal, but the round is won, and the Lions have been tamed by fnatic, and they were at 2-1. And that's the second time this match that fnatic have nullified a pistol.
Extremely important round there. I would expect that's going to force the Lions to potentially save here. Only one save to be in order, I would presume, but a big round from fnatic there kind of eases the pain of losing that all-important pistol round. Kind of gives you a chance to kind of lay back, be a little bit more confident, and get some momentum in your favor here during this anti-eco.
So 2-1 the score. Score update coming from the stage match with GZ Tyloo is that my internet is slow, and I can't tell you at the moment. But here we go, fnatic going inside, and now poke their head around into that site. Shots come across from Nico, but he gets himself denied by Gux, and Get Right gets in on the action. And now fnatic, there's more players in here, and they get 2 of them. 1 man left standing before fnatic can tie us up. It is 2-2 the score here, and over in the EG game, EG are up 8-3 over Tyloo.
Yeah, and I believe EG actually started on the T side of Nuke, which is the presumed tough side, so good start for the Americans there. Makes me a bit happy, my fellow countrymen, now that I'm not rivals on complexity.
fnatic are going to come in towards this B train yard, but going down on the other side, one of those fnatic players found resistance. Popping up on the top of the middle train is Gux, forcing the retreat of one more. It's going to be Fiat now on the back of the bomb train, looking across the top. Definitely saw someone as Gux gets himself a frag onto exit, and fnatic really making a game of this for the Lions. 3 frags to them as DSN claims 2. Threat's going to have to make the recovery of all recoveries. He's the last man standing against 5 fully armed Swedes. And, well, I'm sure I said a few minutes ago, no one gets 5 or 6 rounds. But fnatic are racing towards it. They have started this one as if there is no CT bias.
Yeah, they did a 2-2-1 split on the outside bomb site with 1 player putting pressure on inner. Makes it extremely tough for the CTs to kind of read and adapt to that, especially in the case that it's a rush. But another good round from fnatic, another impressive round. Virtually took outside with only 4 members, so really well done by them.
Oh, and Threat will be annoyed that he wasn't able to get away from that one with his gun intact, but 3 straight rounds to fnatic, and the Lions are really in trouble here. Save again.
Yeah, this is almost a 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of thing. Good start to Dust 2, and a good start also here on Train. But fnatic has just rallied back fast and really kind of put that momentum back in their favor.
But losing 4 out of the opening 6 on Train is just unacceptable.
Especially if after you take the pistol, it's so demoralizing as a CT. You want to be able to start getting that momentum and capitalizing and getting those ops on the outside bomb site. I just haven't been able to do that.
We're at Threat coming down from behind, perhaps on the train. He could be a real poser, but he's going to go the long way around, in fact, and the Lions are going to converge and come from behind. This isn't really a strat that's going to deliver you a map win. It might deliver you a few exit kills, but do that at the moment. Get Right gets himself the frag, and Forest has finished off the round, and we're at 4-2, and this is bad from the Lions. They need a change of fortune.
Yeah, I'd expect to see an op here, presumably in the hands of Crystal. As I say that, he pulls out an M4 to make me look stupid in front of everybody. Maybe not enough money in the bank for any of the players, but they definitely need to get some ops in their hands if they want to bring this side, this halfback into a at least a respectable.
I mean, they did have an AWP on their last buy round. It just was dead before they could use it.
Good smokes and flashes really pushed them back.
Here we go. Get Right gets the first frag onto Threatened. The opening entry frag going into that A train yard has come too easily. Fnatic have really had free reign going into this into this lower site. Crystal connects onto frag onto DSN. There's NiKo with the AWP, and Khan goes down. And once they're in, it's been less easy. As Forest tries to make his way over towards the bomb train, does do so. He's putting the code in now, and arms. Bomb down. Fiat gets himself an AWP frag or two, and this leaves Forest on his own and dead. Two AWPs combining, and we're at 4 rounds to 3. But Fnatic with should have enough money to buy on this one. Have we got that bomb down?
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll be able to buy, but the 2-op setup did work out really well for Lions, even though I had expected Crystal to be the opper. NiKo and Fert really picked up the slack there. Even with Fnatic getting that entry, they were able to retake quite easily with the ops picking them off at long range. So good stuff by them. I would expect you'll see probably 1 op outside, 1 op inside, doing their best to kind of disrupt Fnatic. And if any of the Fnatic players get a bit sloppy, pick them off before they even know what hit them.
The Lions need to win the remaining 8 rounds, really, to go in at the halftime with a buoyant score that they can turn around.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Fnatic are not going to be charitable on their defense.
Yeah, at this point, you're just kind of banking on that, that second half pistol round as well, which is always a bit tough on the T side.
NiKo collects himself the frag. Forest is down. Sorry, Forest has got himself the frag before being down by Exit. NiKo, though, has got himself one more, and it looks like Fnatic not going to have the desired effect on this round. The AWP dances around as Gux gets picked off by it, and Get Right, they know exactly where he is, and they close the net. And we're at 4-4 here, and it's more like it from the Lions.
Yeah, some good op play there. Really good trading frags from the CTs to always keep the round in their favor. And really, Fnatic didn't really have too much of a chance there. Kept getting picked off 1 by 1, trying to take the outer bomb site.
EG are homing in on the final here with a 10-3 scoreline in their game against Tyloo. Fiat has taken some damage. Was that left over from the last round? Yes, it is. Here we go with Khan. Leading from top. Gux gets himself a frag on Exit. And now a second one from Gux, who's been awesome today. And it's going to be Fiat who's going to have to hold down the fort at the back of that train with the AWP, but is not going to get past Gux's hat-trick frag. And that leaves who left? It is Threat to come around the front of the bomb train, get one, but Gux gets his 4th frag. And that is 5-4. Fnatic steamrolling away in this one. They shouldn't be having this much luck on, or not luck, shouldn't be having this much success on train offense.
Yeah, a good delayed strat there. A little bit of delayed rush, get your smokes and flashes down to disrupt the oppers, and then just go to work with some good AK headshots.
Speaking of good shots, that is Forest onto Crystal. Get Right gets one back. Forest down well by Fiat before Fiat is plucked out of the sky by Get Right. And look around the back of the train for Threat and find him. And that's 6 rounds to 4, 5 to go. Fnatic are really, really charging here.
Yeah, Lions are going to do all they can to keep this within reach. You really can't let the T's get anywhere near 9 or 10 rounds. It makes it a almost impossible mountain to overcome in the second half. So I would expect them to keep with the 2 ops and you know, try to have some success with that and slow down Fnatic any way they can.
Lions yesterday were flawless. Won their group, took 1st place. Would have been thinking, who would have gone to sleep last night thinking anyone's game, but against Fnatic, their compatriots, they just don't seem to quite have it.
Yeah, it seems almost a bit unfair that Fnatic have to warm up and play all day. And you kind of throw Lions into a bit of a situation, make them play cold. That's the opportunity for the top team. So
Lions had a good hour on the PCs before they played.
yeah, it's that, and I think it's that they, by winning the group, you would expect not to play Fnatic.
Yeah.
So that's also a bit unlucky that Tyloo handedly took down Fnatic on Nuke yesterday, but that's the way it goes. So can't really do too much about it after the fact.
Get Right will poke his head in. There's Threat picking up one frag, and Get Right is through. There's that famous power from Exit. Fnatic have been rudely awoken here in this round to the noise of that Famous, and it's done all the damage needed. It leaves Get Right left on his own as that one man escapes him at the back of that train. Now going up the top. Good shot from Get Right onto Fiat, but Get Right is sticking out like a sore thumb at the moment. And that'll be Get Right. Didn't even see the clock ticking away there, and Get Right will get away with his weapon at least, but 6-4 the score.
Yeah, some extremely smart play from Exist there. Stayed at home even when Fnatic faked dinner. And actually killed a few T's while I believe another guy was camping over Pop Dog, so maybe a bit lucky, but definitely well played from him.
6-5 the score. Fnatic in control. They've done the damage on the harder side. Get Right gets himself the frag onto Fiat, and well, it's hard to say when Get Right's looking at his best because he always does, but Crystal does return the frag, and Get Right gets himself another frag. He makes his way now towards the back of the bomb site. This guy just, it takes an AWP to stop him, but Fnatic have got real power in their attack. When they go quickly and Get Right lands that entry frag, there's nothing that's going to stop that steamroller going in. And you saw that there. 7-5 the score. Not long to go in this half, just 3 rounds, and there must be alarm bells going off on that Lions side.
I mean, it's really, you almost don't even know what to say because they've tried different setups. They've tried passive, aggressive, ops, full colts. Nothing has worked against the Fnatic attack. So, it's hard to even suggest something as a strat caller. Not to mention you may have some inter-team bickering, on deciding exactly what to do since virtually everything you tried has blown up in your face.
And from here we go, Khan and Get Right get themselves a frag, and Exit is going to have to drop back into spawn. He's only got 14 points of health left. He may as well just kill himself. Picks up that AK and doesn't get past Forest, who claims it, and it's 8-5. There are now 2 rounds left in the half. Fnatic could go in at double figures.
That's an insane T-side, especially considering they lost the pistol and the following 1 eco round. So,
and the caliber of their opponent as well.
Yeah, definitely. Lions is a very top team, so it's definitely hard to do what they're doing against them.
So poking their head out, it's Exit that gets himself a FAMAS frag onto Gux. 2 frags apiece here as Fiat gets a second one for the Lions. But then Fnatic continue their sandwich, and it leaves Nico left, last man standing with that M4. And he opens up onto DSN. He's got more work than that to do, though, as he's on a 1 versus 2 as he looks into CT spawn. Khan has taken the bomb and is going round to that other site. And who's the other one? It's Get Right, already under those bomb drains and in the thick of things. The only thing in his favor is that neither of his opponents have much health. Khan and Get Right both in the teens, and they are now 1 versus 1. Khan, can he pick this one up? Nico's going to dance around. Good work from Nico. Picks up a 1 versus 3 to win the round and save some face for the Lions.
Yeah, really strong 1v3 there. A bit lucky that he kind of guessed right. Caught Get Right a bit off guard, but you can't doubt the skill in any of these players. They're all top players internationally, so good round. Could maybe start a little bit of a comeback here for Lions. 8-7 losing isn't that terrible, but it's, something you don't want to normally have.
Speaking of comebacks from 11-4 up at half-time, EG are now only 11-9 up against Tyloo, a 5-0 second half scoreline. Leaves them in a tricky situation. On board with Nico as he continues his fine form, getting 2 frags there. Get Right is downing him and getting vengeance for that last round, but Fiat's Famous has finished off Get Right's little claim to fame, and now Gux is left in a awkward position with a man to his left. He knows he's waiting to see if anyone decides to chase him, and they do. Fiat gets the frag, and who's left? It's Forest. And he's not standing anymore. So 8-7 the halftime score. From Fnatic's perspective, though, the game is almost in the bag.
Yeah, the pistol round's going to be big here. You definitely want to go ahead and put this away if you're Fnatic. Lions is definitely banking on this pistol round to hopefully start the comeback. It's not impossible. You get the pistol, you get a few ecos, and you go from there. It's definitely easy to start racking it up really quickly, especially if you don't allow Fnatic to get their money up and get the ops out there. I just really think that the setup that Fnatic runs with DSN opping outer and Forest opping inner, with Karn playing up close with rifles, it's really hard to beat. Anywhere you go, you're getting shot from long range, getting shot from close range. So, yeah, this pistol round's going to be huge if Lions wants to make any kind of comeback here.
Well, if you win and convert the pistol round successfully and then you take the first buy round, then there's a real game on. But those are two big ifs, and we're about to answer one of them. As we are on board with the exit, it looks like they're going to charge straight into White always and boost him up onto the box. Opening frag comes from Gux as he takes down Crystal, and Threat decides he's going to get out of there as well, as he's no threat with 36 points of health. So Lions' task just got that little bit harder, and Fnatic have continued work to do here if they want to close this one out. 5-on-4. Fiat is going to push down the stairwell in towards that A train yard. As the nades come down, smoke is here, and shots start to rain in through that smoke. Fiat's made his way up towards the top of the train. Forrester gets himself another frag, and there are Lions falling all over the shoppers. Fiat does get one back, claims himself a second. Forrester's down to Threat, and Get Right gets it on Fiat. They will go and get that bomb defused, and that will be the round, and the Lions are an endangered species now.
I guess the only silver lining is they did get the bomb down, so I will expect again to see a third round bye after a full echo on this next round. Once again, great play by Fnatic. Fred hit a couple really nice shots there. Fnatic was still able to take the round quite easily, so great play from them. Good rotates. Get Right with an excellent flank there from behind. Really just stopping the Lions before they could even get started.
So scoreline coming in from the other game. It is now 11-all. Tyloo have won 7 rounds in a row on Nuke.
I was actually incorrect in my prediction. They didn't save this round. They bought. Gux has taken out an AK armor quite quickly, along with Karn getting the frag as well.
What was the call to buy so early given for? What's the logic behind that?
Well, you can really hurt the CT's money if you can win this round. I just think it's incredibly difficult on a map like Train, excuse me. But then again, you never know with Fnatic. They may be saving for ops in that situation. Maybe able to catch them off guard. Maybe have a guy with the USP only. But it's rare to see a top team, you know, make a common mistake like that.
Lions have 3 players coming down from Ivy. I think they're the only 3 left standing. As they will peek their head around the corner. It's Crystal there. He's gone, courtesy of DSN, and Crystal knows what's coming his way because DSN is lining them up one by one. As he goes around the corner, Crystal is under fire, collects the bomb, gets his way out of there, and Gux finishes it off. And kind of thinking, when's he gonna die?
That's a I don't really personally like that call from Lions. I don't think you can really put all your eggs in one basket and send 3 guys one way, expecting somehow to get that entry versus Colts that are waiting. But it's their decision, and I think we'll see after this next echo the round that's going to decide the match. Lions have got to do something to even kind of make this a match, that is. So.
Well, it's 10-7, and it's about to become 11-7, as the Lions, as you say, they've got to win a round sometime because there isn't a game on at the moment.
Yeah, this is definitely the round that they need. I would expect it's possible to win. Fnatic hasn't lost any members with their Colts, so I wouldn't expect any ops this round. But Fnatic is definitely winning the money game at this point, so I'm sure we'll see some ops in the very near future, with or without a win here from Fnatic on this round.
11-7. Lions are make their way down. Nade lands right on their heads, and Forest Up isn't going to help them either. As Fiat takes himself out. It'll be Nico now to push up the top. Nade lands just in front of him. Khan gets himself the frag onto Crystal, and Nico's like, yeah, crap, all my teammates are dead. I gotta do this all on my own. Makes his way forward with the first frag onto Khan. Pokes his head around that corner. There's an AWP rattling off to one side of him, and he's holding firm as best he can. But it doesn't look like they'll be able to hold this corridor for much longer.
Such a tough situation here. You really have nowhere to go. You imagine a CT's holding your flank and multiples are holding for you to peek any upper or lower where you decide to go.
There it is.
Bit of a noob fight there with Get Right and Nico, but headshot ends it, and yeah, you gotta imagine Lions is definitely in a bad position here. Very tough spot to be in.
Fnatic need 3 to win it. EG have won their first round of the second half. They're up to 12. It is 12-12 in that game. Yep. We have Nade coming in from Get Right, opening things up for Fnatic. Now running onto the end of DSN's gun. Come 2-3 players, and Get Right will finish off with a hat trick, and the pair of them mow down the Lions side. And there are, what, only 3 rounds left before it's all over for Lions. They're going to want to take something just to make the scoreline look more respectable.
Yeah, that save gave them the ability to get a few ops, so maybe they can do something here. Fight back against the ops of DSN and Force, as I would expect we will see.
Tyloo have taken the lead against EG. Pingu, Gux has got the first frag for the Lions, and he adds to it with another one. Forest and DSN continue to go, and it's now Crystal or bust for the Lions as they make their way across the middle of that train yard. Get Right will be the man to finish off Crystal, and I think that look away from you there, Andrew, was a little bit of you dying inside.
Well, I think it's incredibly tough, especially if you're the strike caller in this position, because in all fairness to Threat, who's calling strats, it's no matter what you pick from the bag, it's not going to work in my opinion. Versus the way Fnatic's playing, it's just.
So why bother showing up?
Well,
Forest with a fantastic AWP shot. Didn't have much to aim at, but hit what he needed to. Fiat goes down as well, and before the Lions have even been able to actually mount their attack, they've only got 3 players left. And it's not even easy with 5. This will tie us. This will set Fnatic up to match point with 8 of them to close out the game. The Lions come around the corner. Threat is out for the count. Nico has got 1, but that is the first frag in reply to 5 that came their way. And now we're at match point, and this is awesome stuff from Fnatic.
And they're everywhere. You know, they're peeking Lions before they can get ready. They're hitting incredibly skilled shots, and they're playing great as a team. There's not much more you can say. This is pure domination this half.
Here we go. Fnatic up. Looking like Fiat will push along the back. It's going to be Khan to land himself the AK headshot onto Threat. And here we go with the Lions coming up long from Ivy. They get themselves 2 entry frags, and DSN was the only one that is able to answer back, and he's dead. Nades come back their way, and they lose a lot of life. And Crystal and Exit do get themselves a frag on to Get Right, running around that corner, opening up. It's Forest versus the last man that is Crystal, and the Lions are on the board right at match point with just 1 man left standing. They do make a stand in this game. We are at 15 rounds to 8 now, and well, not over yet.
Yeah, at least got to play for some pride here. Show that you are a top team, and like I said, a bit unlucky to be facing Fnatic, but who knows, you know? Keep your heads in it, maybe you can bring it back. That's not going to help them.
warp shot onto Crystal from Forest. Takes down potentially the most dangerous man on that Lions team. Though Nico has been the man racking up the most frags. And here we go. The Lions side have yet more work to do. It's Exit to pick himself up a frag though, and they're back to a 4 versus 4 before Forest AWP makes it suddenly a 2-on-4, and Get Right brings it down to a 1 frag to win the game. Threat is just outside the Z hallways in front of that B train yard bomb site. Into the hallways he goes with Fnatic players swarming around all over the shop. They know where he is now, and as Threat chases around the corner, Khan finishes it off to win the match and put Fnatic in the final. Hirakanchi, your closing thoughts?
Great play by Fnatic. Really not much Lions could do there against the way that Fnatic was playing. Yeah, so a good try, a great try even, but just came up a little bit short. So 3rd place decider. Here comes Lions.
That's been it from us for this evening. We've got in the other game, the Tai Lu and EG has gone to a 3rd map. We can stream that for you, and we'll leave you off the Chinese commentary. That's on the main stage, so we'll just relay that stream for you and your viewing pleasure. But we'll be back later. And tomorrow we have the finals in both games.